Hey guys, Jeff here. I'm officially back from sabbatical and happy to be back in the office trying to get some stuff organized. Excited about the fall. I'll tell you more about sabbatical. It was a great experience, learned a lot. I interacted with a lot of people, was excited by what the church is, what is happening in the church around the US and Canada. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is I wanted to kind of intro what's coming up in our adult Sunday school. We ask people to commit to learning, and this is the primary way we do it. I'm really excited about what's coming up through the fall. Typically, our Sunday school is kind of 11:30 to 12:30. It's after the morning worship service. We'll keep that going. On September the 18th, there won't be a Sunday school class. There's the newcomer lunch. If you've come to our church since COVID started, so over the last 2.5 years, we'd love to have you sign up and be a part of that. Let the office know if you're coming so we can prepare for numbers. On September 25th, in that window after church, the Guatemala team will do their presentation. We'll do that in the sanctuary so you can hear all about their trip. Very excited to hear from them. And then on October 2nd, we will officially start what is more typically our adult Sunday school. And I'm really excited. I want to introduce an 8-week course. It's designed by one of the churches that I interviewed with. I'm really impressed with it. I've been following their material for a long time. And I just think now is the time we need to do this. It's called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. A couple of things about this. It's not really meant to fit in a 1-hour format, but we're going to try to make it work. Maybe in the new year we can do an evening course for the second part of it. We'll see. But from 11:30 to 12:30, there's a video portion, there's some discussion, but there's also some readings that go along. Obviously, you can show up at any time and do whatever, but if you really want to benefit from this, and I think it's really an excellent resource, participating with some of the readings and some of the thinking in between classwork or class time would be the best way to go. So I'm going to create a document. It'll be attached to our online bulletin to kind of explain. There'll be some links there for stuff. If you don't know how to buy things and want to, please contact me right away so I could order them for you. If you have a Kindle app, that's the cheapest way to go to read those kind of things. You can get them fairly cheap, way cheaper than in print. You can get them on the Kindle. I'm going to attach kind of a promo video at the end of this for the course. And then, like I say, attached to the bulletin will be some explanations, kind of a PDF document that you'll see that will explain the links and how things work. I'm really excited to offer this, and I think the timing is right for our church. The timing is right for what I'm learning, and I think this will be a way of us helping people take one step closer to Jesus. So here's the promo video. We'll wrap up with that. Look in the bulletin for the information, and that'll start officially on October 2nd. And you'll be hearing more about it on Sundays too. All right, glad to be back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Welcome to your introduction to the EHS course. Now, this course is the fruit of 18 years of work, and it's been used by God to transform tens of thousands of people in their walk with Christ around the world. The EHS course introduces 2 large biblical truths that are missing in most present-day discipleship efforts: emotional health and contemplative spirituality. So it looks at, in terms of emotional health, how you cannot separate emotional health and spiritual maturity. And then also it looks at how we need to slow down spirituality so we really can walk with Christ. And it's these 2 things together that offer nothing short of a spiritual revolution in our lives and transform the deep hidden places in us. Now, the course has 8 sessions. It begins with 1, the problem of emotionally unhealthy spirituality. Secondly, it looks at know yourself that you may know God. Thirdly, it looks at going back to go forward. Fourthly, it talks about journeying through the wall. Fifthly, it talks about enlarging your soul through grief and loss. Sixthly, it looks through discovering the rhythms of the daily office and Sabbath. Seventhly, it talks about growing into an emotionally mature adult. And finally, it looks at taking the next step to develop a rule of life. And we found at New Life Fellowship Church, as well as some other churches around the world, that we needed to move this EHS material from a small group curriculum into an actual course, much like Alpha has done with evangelism. And we did this because of 3 real concerns. The first is that we wanted every member and committed person in our church to understand the values that we walk out with Jesus in our discipleship. Secondly, we wanted to ensure the long-term integration of EHS into every aspect of our church. And thirdly, this was so important that we wanted to ensure a high-quality experience, and so therefore we centralized it. And this has been used now by so many other churches, and it really has been wildly successful. But what makes the EHS course particularly powerful is the combination of the Emotionally Healthy Spirituality book, the EHS course workbook, and the EHS day-by-day book. The Emotionally Healthy Spirituality book provides a large biblical and thoughtful read to help people think deeply about each topic. The EHS course workbook that we spent years developing provides practical applications and an opportunity to talk about these deep things. And then the EHS day-by-day daily office or devotional introduces you to this great concept of slowing down for the daily office, meeting with God not once a day, but twice or maybe 3 times a day, and integrating things like silence and scripture and prayer. The beauty is that the EHS day-by-day devotional accompanies the EHS course workbook and the EHS book themes. And again, the 3 of these elements together make it unique and very powerful. This is an opportunity for you to experience a life with God that goes beyond tip of the iceberg spirituality. It presents a doorway to walk through so that your spiritual life might be reignited as you cultivate afresh your own personal relationship with Jesus. It's also a moment to grasp the indispensable link between spiritual and emotional maturity and to grow into a more loving person. So I bless you as you consider embarking on this EHS course, and I pray that it will mark a whole new beginning for you in your walk with Jesus and your service to Him.